Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Gaius Thompson and today we will be going back in time. We'll be going back to the vintage era. Because today we're talking about the Canon 24mm prime f2.8 FD. What a lens. Before we get into this video, I would like to just quickly invite you to subscribe. That would be lovely. Hit the like button if you can't be bothered to do that, because it all helps the algorithm, mate. We're a new channel, and it's free. Do you know what I mean? It's free. Now, let's get into this bad boy. So, specs-wise, we're going to start from the outside and work our way in. It's a full metal casing. It weighs 232 grams, has a diameter of 61.5 millimeters, and a 52mm thread, which is pretty tiny, so step-up rings for this will definitely be needed. I have one already. Lovely. Now, in terms of size, this thing is absolutely diddy. It has an adapter on it at the moment, but it sits at 45mm without that. It has a manual clickable aperture, and that is just a lovely thing to hear. Let's just appreciate this. Oh yeah. It has half stops from f2.8 all the way up to f22. It's a little bit stiff, but at least then you kind of know where you've hit your aperture. I kind of like it. For video, it's a little bit of a pain, but you can declick these if you really want to. I'm a little bit too afraid to do that. Maybe in the future, I'll declick it and make a video about that. Now, given that this thing is 30 years old, it's not just your aperture ring that's manual. Your focus is also manual. Has a nice travel to it. It's around 110 degrees from 0.3 all the way to infinity. It has a nice amount of resistance to it. I really like it. It means that you can kind of get your focus spot on. For someone who is new to manual focusing, I actually think that you will pick it up really quickly with this lens. I don't tend to use manual focus a lot. I think autofocus has come on so much in the past couple of years that manual focus sometimes isn't needed. However, when I come to using this on all the events that I do, I don't have any trouble with it. The focus ring is brilliant. You know where your starting point is and you know where your end point is. And I love it. I've got along with it just fine. It has a nice texture around it, which is nice and bobbly, so that you can get a real good grip on it and you can actually lock in on that focus, mate. I actually really like manual focusing when it comes to the old systems. I don't like the wire system. I can't get a feel for it. I don't seem to get along with it. But these older lenses, when it comes to focusing, I got a way better feel. And I really do think that this is a good lens to learn manual focusing on. So 0.3 meters is the closest focusing point for this lens. For a 24mm, that's not amazing, but because of the floating elements, you don't actually lose any quality at the closest distance. It is still bloody sharp. Now you've got 6 aperture blades in this bad boy. It's slightly curved, so you get that lovely, lovely bokeh that everyone's looking for. It has 10 elements on the inside, so well, there's a fair chunk of glass in this. I probably shouldn't be shaking it about as much as I am. Now let's quickly talk about vignetting. It's certainly out there at f2.8 on this one. I like vignetting on my photos to a certain degree, and even on my videos I don't mind it too much. However, a little bit too much. There's always correction that you can do in post anyway to get rid of it, and I tend to do that because it's a bit too harsh. I like to dial my vignetting myself, and I do like vignetting, but this is just a little bit over the top. So if you hate it, absolutely hate it, never use it, be aware of that. In terms of chromatic aberrations, I'm not a pixel peeper. I really don't want to dive 100% into a photo and have a look to see if there's chromatic aberrations. This is 30 years old, so of course there's probably going to be some. I refuse to actually look because it's just pointless. It is expected. When you look at a photo from afar, you can't see any, I'll tell you that right now. I can't tell that there's any chromatic aberrations at all. In terms of the bokeh, however you want to say that word, I think it's beautiful. I really like it. f2.8, it's got those rounded, slightly curved aperture blades. It's got 6 of them, so it produces some really, really nice swirly bokeh that everybody's after. It's good, man. It's good. So one of the main reasons why I bought this lens is because budget. This thing's £150 on eBay, and this is a good quality resale, this lens. I am very lucky to have got a lens this old that is in this good shape. The optics, beautiful. I can't necessarily reason forking out over £1,000 for one of the new modern 24mm that is what, lower than 2.8. I can't justify it. So this was worth a punt to me. Didn't know if I'd actually use it in the real world when it arrived. However, I've used it on 3 shoots, and those shoots were paid clients. I used a 30-year-old lens for paid work. I had that much faith in it. I tested it out beforehand just to make sure, obviously, but I had that much faith in this thing that I used it for real work in the real world for real money. To me, I think that is enough proof that this is worth a go. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the budget, if you do have the budget but you're too scared to actually spend it on more expensive glass, you go on eBay and you find one of these bad boys and you give it a whirl. It has class to it. It has something that, I don't know, I can't explain it. There is just something about this lens, in the optics, in the contrast, that is just beautiful. It's brilliant. And for the fact that it's 30 years old, it baffles me. So for those of you wondering, can you use it on jobs? Is it that good? Proof's right there. I don't know what else to say. It's a great investment. It's a great punt. Have a go. If you don't like it, sell it on to someone else who might love it. Right guys, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell and the like button and leave a comment. And if you feel like being extra awesome, share it. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.